Shalom. I want to start by saying all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to in pushing this word, and also say in honesty and hopeful, let constantly enduring. Shalom. My name is Korah Allah, Lawrence Edifying Lesson. This was brought to my attention by one of my co-workers. Okay, I'm not gonna say their race or nationality, but they brought this to my attention because they have family in Florida. Now, I do believe this law also is passed in many more states besides Florida, but I looked it up for myself, my own little research, simple Google, and this is what came out. It says in Florida, transporting an undocumented immigrant or illegal who you know or reasonably should know is undocumented is a felony and can lead to imprisonment. The specific penalties depend on the circumstances. Okay, so basically, if you have a co-worker or a friend that you know is an illegal, okay, it's Florida, so it could be even Haiti. Okay, Haiti, right? So either the dark skin or light skin, they look like they might be a Spanish speaking. They might have came from a Spanish speaking country or whatnot. So in other words, it don't matter if they're dark skin or light skin. If the law finds a reason, pulls you over for any reason, and see this person is undocumented, they could be arrested. And you could be arrested. They'll be deported, but you'll be arrested. It says in 2023, Florida passed Senate Bill 1718, a strict immigration law that includes provisions regarding the transportation of undocumented individuals. Third-degree felony. It is a third-degree felony to knowingly and willfully transport an adult who you know or reasonably should know is undocumented into Florida. It says second-degree felony. Transporting an undocumented minor into the state is a second-degree felony. Even for a first offense, it's also a second-degree felony. If you commit 5 or more separate transportations offense in a single incident. It says in Florida, the penalties for a third-degree felony include a maximum of 5 years in prison, up to $5,000 in fines, and potential probation. Judges determine sentencing based on the Florida Criminal Punishment Code, with additional possibilities for restitution to the victim and other court-ordered conditions like drug tests or supervision. Okay, so you can get 5 years. This is the penalty for a third-degree felony. Okay, so if you get caught up with a illegal, or you could even say so-called illegal, okay, you could face up to 5 years. All right, so with that being said, especially the times we in now, where you have these certain government officials, right? You have the ICE out there, you have the Marines out there, and they're cracking down on the people, okay, in America. All right, now the so-called citizens have become the enemy. All right, so they're cracking down on these illegals, and if you get caught up out there, you can face 5 years. All right, so this is Esau really showing his horns, right? Because now, before when they first passed this law, it probably wasn't a big deal, but now you actually have military patrolling the streets, stop checkpoints. All right, they're scanning you, They have face scanners, and some places have face scanners. Okay, so they're really cracking down, and these laws that they passed that may have been no big deal in the past, but now it's becoming a problem. All right, so let me get a few scriptures, and Lawrence makes for edifying lesson. This is Romans 13:11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed." Okay, it is high time to awake out of sleep. Okay, what I could do real quick is go into this word high time. High time, it says, the latest possible time for something to be done, implying it should have happened sooner. It can also mean an enjoyable and exciting period, is as in having a high old time. Jake should have been woke up sooner than this, at the last minute. But who's going to wake up? The elect is going to wake up, okay, because we've been talking about this for years now, okay, starting with the apostles, the bishops, okay, the elders who've been doing this thing for 40, 30, 20 years, okay, and the brothers coming into this faith that, the elect that's coming into this faith, I should say, all right, that wants to see this place be destroyed, okay, we want this thing destroyed yesterday, all right, so it's high time, man, meaning Jake should have woke up, and didn't wake up, then oh well. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed." Okay, our salvation is nearer. How do we know this? By the prophecies coming to pass. Psalms 64:1, it says, "To the chief musicians, a song of David, hear my voice, O Yahweh, O Most High. In my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy." All right, it was the enemy, Esau, Edom. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." Right, that secret counsel, they passed these laws under their counsel, right? To get together and see what could they come up with, what kind of scheme they could pass to bring more hell upon the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, now the law I just read through the spirit, that's going in, that's basically divide and conquer. Okay, that's divide and conquer, man, because now you're separating the people, because if they might want to help, but if they help and get caught, it's a risk, because they could face jail time. All right, they could really face some serious jail time. 5 years is serious. It says, "Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows." So it says, Slaki, it says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." Right, that's Esau. Esau is the workers of iniquity. Esau is the ones in rulership. Okay, but the elect is going to be hid from this. It says, "Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." So those bitter words are those laws. All right. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Okay. Yeah, they shoot at the perfect being Israel, man. Okay. Well, who's the perfect? The elect is the perfect. Okay, how are we made perfect? Through the spirit of Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Let's see something. Let me read the NLT version real quick. It says they shoot from ambush at the innocent. Okay, attacking subtly and fearlessly. Right? So Esau has no fear. Why? Because this is his rulership. and he is the wicked. He should fear, right? But Esau doesn't fear Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Well, he's the wicked. Okay, actually fear Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is actually a righteous thing. You know. So let's go back to KJV. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Right? Because they want to be like the Most High, or they want to be the Most High. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. Right? And they're laying snares, man. All right? These laws that they put in place, they're meant to target the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They have laws they put in place that they won't even use until the time is right. Okay? So they have laws that go way back that they're gonna start bringing out and using in the times we in now. This is 1 Thessalonians. I'll start at 5 and verse 3, straight to the point. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them that travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, when they shall say peace and safety. You know, now 2/3 of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you put your trust in America. Okay, you always say peace and safety, you know, because they don't want. One, our people don't want this place to be destroyed. Okay, and they have faith in America, in these governments. They don't even know. They don't know Yahweh Shai. They don't know the laws. They don't know the prophecies. All right. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them. Okay. So when all these things are happening, Jake is just looking like, yo, when is it gonna stop? Jake can't wait till it stops, till everything goes back to normal. But it's not gonna go back to normal. Okay. When in 2000, what's that? 2019, 2020, we had them shutdowns. Jake would do anything, as we saw, or take anything for things to go back to normal. Right? So that was that peace and safety that Jake always hoping for. It says, then sudden destruction comes upon them. So things have been getting worse and worse. Okay, so that destruction is coming upon the people as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And going into those labor pains, right? Where things happen, then it kind of dies down and it comes back worse. Then it dies down, then it comes back worse. Okay, like for instance, we had the shutdown, we had government shutdowns, right? That have been getting worse and worse. We had the lockdown, 2020. Okay, we had pestilence, we had wars, right? The wars are becoming worse. Okay, famines. Okay, so these uproars of the people. We had now you have your government bringing their military into the streets. All right, so these things are becoming worse and worse. So it says, then sudden destruction comes upon them as travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape. It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Okay, why? Because the elect done woke up already. Okay, the elect woke up. We're not going to be overtaken as a thief. It says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We were not of the night nor of darkness. Right? And that light is Yahweh. Is really Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, because what the scriptures say, light came into the world. right? That light that came into the world is Yahweh Shai. Okay, so you are children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of the darkness. That's 2/3. That's the world. That's these heathens. That's Esau. All right. So the day is not going to overtake us as a thief because we have the understanding. Okay. And also these prophecies act as these prophecies act as like a notification, like notifications. These prophecies are like notifications, okay, to keep you up to date with the times we're in. Okay, so therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet, the hope of salvation. Okay, the hope of salvation, which salvation is near. For Most High has not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay, so that wrath is for 2/3 of his people, right? The ones that don't want to get this word, the ones that want to keep themselves in slumber. Lord willing, to edifying lesson. Honestly, all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Hakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, Bishop Elsewhere, Millstone, and salutation I can push this word in all city honesty. Shalom.